She asked someone to come.
No, this ain't.
No,
This ain't right.
Your Honor, the dogs never bit her.
Yes, look at the police report.
Stop. All right. This matter is entitled Suzanne Adams versus Janice Odom, also known as Janice Ferguson. She was bit by some dogs, which were on property rented by Miss Ferguson. And apparently, Ms. Wilds, were you the tenant at that property?
Actually, Janice Ferguson owns the property. Eric is her son, and we have a land contract with her. We are buying this property.
All right, and Eric is Eric Ferguson?
No,
Odom. Janice is never took on the Odom name. She's always been Ferguson. And
all right, well, who is she to you?
My dad was married to her. She is my stepmother for 25 plus years.
And where is she right now?
she had an emergency. Her memory's been slipping. She called about 2 o'clock, said she totally forgot, and she is not even in the area. So she asked if we could either try and do this ourselves or if we could get a continuance until she can be here.
Because, all right, whatever you decide I feel that should fall on me and Miss Wilds on that part, because Miss Ferguson has not lived here in some time, and we are buying the place. It should be our responsibility.
Well, she didn't sue you. She sued Miss Ferguson. She sued her under the wrong name, Janice Odom, but she did answer it. Ms. Adams and Ms. Wiles and Mr. Odom, would you all please raise your right hand? You all swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes.
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 All right. Couple things. We are in small claims court. For everybody that's here, small claims court is a separate division of the 3B district court. The rules are much more relaxed than they are in general civil court. In fact, one of my least favorite classes in law school was civil procedure, which is what young law students take in their first year of law school. And in general civil court, we strictly follow the rules of evidence, of procedure, and of evidence and procedure. In small claims court, the rules are much more relaxed. Neither side is allowed to have an attorney in small claims court. There is no formal record being made in small claims court. And there is no appeal from small claims court. Any decision made here is final. Either party has the right to remove the matter from the small claims to the general division of the court, but you have to tell me before we start. So, Miss Adams, let me ask this. I'm afraid to ask. Are these pit bulls?
No, Your Honor.
One of them, the one that bit
No,
me,
Your Honor.
is not, but they had it DNA tested because they were at a trailer court, and I'm certain the dog barked constantly and had to be DNA tested because he looks just like a pit bull.
All right, what kind of dogs are they, Miss Wilds?
I have a Labrador Retriever mix she's 10 years old, and then I have a Boxer mix. He is 4. He just turned 4.
And we have papers.
And I have paperwork from the vet with they're all up to date. They were up to date at all of these occurrences. I just didn't have their licenses at the time because we moved, but I got all of that secured. And I have the paperwork from the vet stating their breeds, and also it's in the police reports that it is a Boxer, not a pit bull.
All right, well, I guess it doesn't matter. If you got bit by it, you got bit by it. Well, Miss Odom, Ms. Ferguson isn't here, and you're not her lawyer. And she did file an answer, and then she failed to appear. So she's subject to default. As a result of these bites, Miss Adams, did you receive $2,100 worth of medical expenses?
The bills were over 2,000. I had an ER visit and they had a neck CAT scan and a lumbar spine x-rays of my neck and back because I had to go on disability for these very issues in 2012. And I have my disability papers and the reasons. So my concern, of course, is that I can't be a,
Well, what you're asking for is $2,100. Is that correct?
yes, and that would be to put a fence up so that this dog, when they let him out, does not run over onto my property again and attack me for no reason, which he's done twice, and the third time is when I filed this complaint. And they called the dog off in time, but
Well, she isn't here to argue about it, so she loses by default. She asked someone to come.
No,
No,
this ain't right.
Your Honor, the dogs never bit her.
Yes,
never went in her
look at the police report.
Right.
Stop. When you get sued in a lawsuit, you have to show up. You don't ask your friends to come in and ask for an adjournment.
It's not the dog, though. She doesn't even know anything about it.
How's she gonna?
Well, it's her property. That's why she was sued. And she owes $2,100 and $83.50.
She didn't even put the person's name on there. That's
None of the
bullshit.
people's names are right.
Yes, nobody's names are right.
Your Honor, she doesn't even have evidence that the dogs bit her in the police reports that
Look at
they
the police
didn't.
Report. Yes. The
No,
dog
I
bit
have-
you one.
I
No,
never
wait,
did
Stop,
that.
stop. She isn't here. She automatically loses. And she
What?
filed an answer under her name. So she accepted service, she filed an answer, and she failed to show up because she forgot court was today. So I don't even get into the
Yeah,
fact.
here,
She
stop
automatically
there.
lost. and I'm
Okay,
gonna
she
remove you
is-
From the feed.
I'm seeing her then.
All right. I find on behalf of the plaintiff for $2,100, $83.50 as her complaint. Defendant failed to appear without justifiable excuse. Emergency, I forgot. She could have logged in just like they did. Now, you chose not to sue them, or maybe you file a bigger lawsuit against them for the dog bites. This is just regarding the fence. So, Miss Adams, I gave you what you asked for. The easy part is getting the judgment. The hard part is getting the money. I'm going to send you out to the court office. This is not in the correct name. But she accepted service and filed an answer, which gives the court jurisdiction over her. She sent a lengthy response, but she didn't show up for the hearing. So she loses. So I want you to go out to the counter. I'd like you to fix that and put Odom-Ferguson or AKA Ferguson. It's actually Ferguson, AKA Odom. Now, she has 21 days to pay this, although the judgment is hard to, it says two different things. So if she doesn't pay this within 30 days, you can come to the court and ask for what's called a discovery subpoena. Several people have done this today. They got a judgment, but the people didn't pay. So I find on your behalf by default, and if you're gonna sue Miss Wilds and Mr. Odom for the dog bite, medical bills and all those sort of things, you can sue in general court for up to $25,000 and in circuit court for an unlimited amount of money. All right, go out to the counter and get a copy of this and you're good to go.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, now, we've got some other hearings where we're sort of halfway in and halfway out. Timothy Bird is here, but Jeff Keller is not.